ready for this?
What are you doing down there? Are you dead? Huh? What are you doing? Oh yeah? What else? Busy.
You get that every morning. That's her rolling around like, look at me, aren't I special? I'm busy. Yeah, you're special. Special ed. Anyway. Y'all, this apartment looks like the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory 5 minutes before the fire. What, too soon? I just got done doing another project. Oh, how unlike you, Billy. A project in the apartment? Yeah, no, I know. A coworker is having a baby. So I've done this before. I've got this pattern for like a little bib and diaper cover. And I will do my own little, logo thing on it. So for this particular coworker, I just did one. We're having this. I hope she doesn't see this before this evening. She doesn't follow me. She's having a baby. She got no time for this shit. We're having a little surprise between shows. Oh God, she better not see this before. Hey, guess what? We're having a surprise for you later. So yeah, the house has just been torn asunder while I took care of that the last few days. And it's only going to get busier, people. You remember, if you're a follower for a bit here, how I've done the Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS Easter bonnet competition many times over the years, bonnets for them and that whole lineage. Go back through the files if you want to know more. And we haven't done it in 3 years because of the pandemic. And finally, we're doing it again. And I wrote and staged the opening numbers for the last 3 that we did. And then every year since I've kind of written one that I put in a file, like, if we do it, we could. If we do it, we could. And we're doing it. So, I've got an opening number, not even half written, but an idea that they like that we're going to roll with to be a big welcome back, and let's get back on board. And because we have the youngins on the Broadway, they've lost the thread of what Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS is, because at this point, AIDS is just a pill you take. But it is so much more than that. The organization does and has always done and will continue to do so much more, relief in so many ways and so many causes and so many global things. And it kind of comes down to, without us in the community taking the reins, it's the impact isn't as much. So it's kind of up to you. If you want to, what do you want it to be? You're part of this. What do you kids want this to be? Look how I say you kids. No, so we're gonna do that. The other thing is, I talked about this and I never did it. During the pandemic, I was gonna make a ghost light bonnet. And it was kind of like, if we do a show again, that can be in memoriam of all the people that we lost during the pandemic and stuff, including my dear friend. Oh, hi, Jen. My dear friend, Jen Arnold. Where was Jen? Jen. Hi, Jen. April 1st, it's going to be 3 years. She was at the beginning of the pandemic. She went. And I always said I was going to build a ghost light bonnet, because she always loved the bonnet competition too. Whether it was for the event or just to put here in my house to stand, in my windows to just light the world. Oh, okay. So we talked about actually not doing a big in memoriam number in the bonnet show, but doing something to commemorate, and that bonnet will be part of that. So I got to write an opening number, probably build the bonnet for the opening number, plus build this ghost light bonnet. And if Leopoldstadt, my show, decides to do something in the show, I'll be involved in that. So I got a few things coming up. Meanwhile, I've interrupted the circle of life. Oh, my poor terrace. It always looks like there's apocalypse outside when I do this because it's so bright, but it's not. It's just early. Pigeons. Y'all, this building and the other tower of my complex, 46 stories tall, at least 10 terraces, probably much more than that, per building. And the pigeons want to come up here and sit on mine. I'm sure not just on mine. But of course the cats go nuts. Sit up here in the window doing that thing at them. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? Run your number. Go ahead. If it's amusing the cats, go ahead. They're not... Occasionally a swishing tail will knock down some of the bazillion pictures on the windowsill. But other than that, you know what? Go nuts. And lately it's been a lot. Okay. Then I noticed the other day a pigeon fly up here, land on the railing with a big twig in its mouth. Uh-oh. I have benches, in storage out there, and underneath one of the ones over here, I have planters. Remember last summer when I again tried to grow things and all I grew was dirt and a couple of weeds? Not nary a flower. One of the planter boxes was right side up and empty. And I go out, and of course there's a pigeon in it, and I'm like, fly, fly, fly. And I look like, yep, you're amassing twigs in here. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I know that up against my building, under that bench, inside that planter, would be a lovely place to start a family. But you can't, honey. I'm sorry. Dump the twigs. Sorry, circle of life. Sorry. And they came back again, like, well, I can still go behind it over here. No, you can't. Sorry. And I thought about it. I was like, oh, wouldn't that be sweet to see little baby pit? No, because first of all, whenever if it becomes winter in New York again, and I have to put the heat on, it's like loud as a freight train up here, and that would be very unsettling for a mama bird and babies, would it not? Plus, come springtime, I don't know how long it takes for. You never see a baby pigeon in New York, do you? They're always just like they're only full sized. You rarely see a dead one either, except squashed by a cab. Other than that, you kind of don't. Where do all those dead pigeons go? What do they make street hot dogs out of? Anyways, I was like, how long does it take for them to, fly the nest? I'm like, when it comes spring, I'm out on that terrace wearing very little. And you know what? I'm not going to interrupt your family, so you can't. So sorry, Circle of Life. I had to nix that idea. Anyways, I should brush a tooth, wash a dish, clean a house, and go kickball change, do a couple of shows. Don't you think? Sure. All right, then. Good to talk. Bye. Epilogue. Now that I've brushed my teeth, I thought, hey, um, I know that those of you that follow are gonna be like, well, what did you make? Show us. So, oh shit, I should do that, right? So, look, I just edited that in there, didn't I? I will later. I'll fix it in post. And then I thought, yeah, maybe you shouldn't post this video till tonight, till after the shower, because what if this one crazy day she gets a wild hair and decides to search the YouTubes and finds it? I don't want to be the ruiner of her shower, her surprise shower. So anyways, what'd you think of that? Cute, right? Anyways, all right, well, there you go.